people are Leicester Square tonight. Sir Peter Jackson, welcome back to London to a premiere of this world that you took us all to so many years ago that we still love being in. So thank you for being back here. I imagine that these characters in this world has never really left you, but why was now the right time for this story of the Rohirrim right to be told at this point and in this way, do you think?
Well, it just seemed like a great idea to revisit Middle Earth with a genre and a format that we hadn't done, our anime. We didn't really want to go back and try and do another big epic film. And so the anime idea really appealed, and Kinji Kamehame has done an incredible job. And yeah, I mean, I just saw it and thought, wow, this is going back to a world that I'm familiar with, but I didn't have to do any of the work.
You can just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, so I actually did. It was great. Yeah.
Was that a strange experience for you, or how was that to kind of almost like take a step back from it?
It wasn't strange because I knew it was being very well looked after. Kinji Kamiyama was very particular about wanting to honor the world that we'd the designs that we'd done and the feeling of our version of Middle Earth, and so. I really appreciated that.
Did you have any words of wisdom for him?
I had a couple. But
any you can repeat, or
no? It was just like a little bit here and there. I mean, I was really just like a godfather to the project. It was like, I read the script and gave a couple of notes, and then saw the first cut and gave a couple of notes, and.
Because it's a different, with it being anime, and it's such a lovely bringing together of those worlds as well. The world you created in this version as well. What were your expectations about what it would look like, and that versus the reality of when you saw it for the first time? Was it how you imagined?
Well, I had no expectations because anime is not really something that I'm that familiar with, or certainly not an expert. But I was very happy to hand it over to Kinji, and he really knocked it completely out of the park. I mean, the thing that I appreciated when I watched the first cut was I felt like I was back in a familiar world.
Yeah.
It was yeah.
Well, it's great to have you back here in London, Peter. It really, really is. And thank you for being the godfather of this as well. And it's great to be back in Middle Earth. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Wonderful Peter Jackson, everybody.
Thank you.
Enjoy tonight. Thank you.
All right. That was Peter Jackson live from London this earlier today.
The Godfather. That his new name is now amongst all fandom. We now call Peter the Godfather. And this is not like an easy Mario Puzo reference to the famous novel or the films, but maybe it is. Maybe if we did have a Godfather, it would be Peter Jackson. That is so cool. Look at everybody there on the red carpet.
You're here on Torn Tuesday, your weekly dose of all things Lord of the Rings, and today was a huge day for War of the Rohirrim, the first of many new movies to come from New Line Cinema, Peter Jackson Weta Workshop, and a whole team of new faces and familiar faces that are going to start pumping out fun little movies set in Middle Earth. And the first one being, of course, War of the Rohirrim. Clifford Broadway, the producer and writer of Ringer's Lord of the Fans, has been documenting fans and the entire fandom of Tolkien for so many years. Cliff, what do you feel about the fandom and the red carpet today, and seeing the screaming fans and the first reactions on Twitter? Are we back?
Oh yeah, boy, this is so cool. My impression is, wow, this is super fun. And welcome to Torn Tuesday, obviously. I mean, I'm just so taken by Peter Jackson's relaxed demeanor. I forgot to introduce my own show. Welcome to Torn Tuesday, everybody. You are here at theonering.net on our weekly show of mischief and mayhem, and maybe a little bit of news reporting here and there. That's Justin. I'm Clifford. Welcome to the show. Everybody in the live chat joining us from here and far. And speaking of far, far, far away in London town. Far away from Los Angeles, anyways, where I'm at. But look, all these people so happy and so excited there at the
I
red
was
carpet.
watching the premiere this morning live on the red carpet, and Cliff, I can't help but feel Lord of the Rings is back. It's just so fun to see the huge red carpet, all the stars
so cool.
rolling out. I mean, they're all stars. Kate Blanchett, Ian McKellen. Let's see if we can.
You were just showing Richard Armitage clip a moment ago, weren't you? Wasn't that just a Richard Armitage clip?
Yeah, Richard Armitage was there. Ian McKellen was there, dressed all cozy. Kate Blanchett looking stunning.
She looks amazing.
On the red carpet.
She looks amazing.
Hello,
Kate.
She is ready to jump right back into playing Galadriel. Ian McKellen, of course, has already spoiled the fact that he's been asked to return as Gandalf in the new movies.
And he's on the morning talk show saying things like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And he's spilling beans everywhere. Bless his heart. That is so cool. Hey, kitty.
Richard Armitage was on the red carpet. Billy
That
Boyd
was Richard.
Dominic Monaghan were there. So many wonderful people. Now, it looks like they're talking to the writers of the movie, Artie Papagiorgio and Phoebe Gittins, both under 30 years old. Folks, we've been telling you this for the last few years, and I just want to tell you again, for all you creative folks, it doesn't matter if you're a writer, an artisan, a seamstress, crochet, you make chainmail at home, you draw pictures, you animate, you know Blender, anything that you're good at creatively, now is the time to get your portfolio together. Producer Philippa Boyens has put the call out, especially if you're a woman in the arts. They need your help. We need your help. Now is your moment to be a part of making these new movies. This is your moment. And the two screenwriters are under 30. Incredible.
How about that? Isn't that cool? Yes, I agree. If you want to be a creative person in Middle Earth, then hopefully you have a travel visa or a working visa so you can work in either England or in New Zealand, where they are currently making adaptations.
Oh, Cliff, you have breaking news.
Exciting.
You were just about to tell me as we went on the air. Breaking news?
Oh, I was just about to tell you. You mean about this? About this here book? Was I just about to tell you about this?
Oh,
was I just about to say something? Maybe I need to turn off my probably need to turn off my
well, it's a
background.
Can
you see this? Can you guys see this?
I was going to talk about tickets are now on sale. Cliff broke the news to me. We've been reporting for the last few weeks that tickets have not been on sale, and no one knew why. Well, as of right now, just as we went on the air, tickets are now on sale. You can get them for the IMAX Chinese Theater in Hollywood and all your local cinemas. People in our Discord are already buying their tickets. Our Discord is posting proof of purchase. So tickets are now available for the very first showings worldwide. You can purchase them, and that wasn't available yesterday. I checked.
That is the breaking news. I'm really excited. I'm gonna open up the app just for a quick second, and we're gonna open up the AMC Theater app, and we're looking at the 12th, right? Let's look and see. Upcoming movies coming soon. Here you go. And under coming soon, there it is. There's Mufasa, and there's
well, we can confirm it. Cliff,
I
have some special things for you. Cliff.
Oh my gosh.
It is such a momentous day for the premiere of War of the Rohirrim in London, and all the stars are out. Cliff, you know what I got?
What's that?
I've got several of
these. You got some of those, huh?
Wonderful posters. Yes, this is the official Rohan poster. You've seen them at several conventions.
Very nice.
I've got a whole stack of them here, folks. And guess what? We're going to give them away on this show right now. There's a phone number down at the bottom left. 530-643-7636. That's 530-64-FRODO. That's really my phone number. It goes right here.
That is Frodo. 64 FRODO. Yeah, tickets are on sale already for the War of the Rohirrim on Thursday, December 12th. I'm looking at the AMC app on my phone. Sure enough, there are tickets on sale.
There you go.
At the Grove.
Wow.
Cliff,
how
awesome is that?
Give these away? All right, so first 3 people, I'm just going to ship these to you for free. First 3 people that text the hotline in the bottom left corner, 530-64-FRODO. Looking at this map of Rohand.
What a cool map, though. I really like this. It's a little bit of a revision, this map, but it is distinct, and I really do like it. It's super cool.
What is the name of the area on the map just east of Fangorn Forest? So people who text me the answer. What is the name of the area east of Fangorn Forest according to the map of Rohan? This beautiful big map. First 3 people that text me at the hotline at the bottom left corner, I'll send you a poster. Yes, it is the official War of the Rohan poster. So text.
Did you say just to the west of Fangorn Forest? Is that what you just said?
East. Just to the east. Because to the west is the... Well, I won't spoil it. To the east. What is the name?
To the east. To the east of Fangorn Forest is...
Well, let them answer. Cliff, we have pins as well.
Are you sure?
We have
those are cool
to give away.
Those pins are cool. Oh man, those are so nice.
I have a ton of pins. So, I have a ton of pins. So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with the pins? How about this? I will send you a complete set of 3 pins. 3 pins, which has Helm Hammerhand, Wolf, and Hera. So, Cliff, what is your trivia question to win a prize pack of all 3 pins, the complete set? What is your trivia question that people need to text the hotline right now to win this 3-pack of pins?
Okay. The trivia question, and it should be related to this movie and this story, correct? Oh, look at Ian McKellen having so much fun. Look at Ian McKellen having so much fun. This streaming footage is great from this event. I really love this. Okay, I'll say the trivia question to win a full set of 3 pins would be
I got 2 out of the 3 maps just came in. Congrats. I will text you after the show to get your details.
2 out of 3 of the maps
out of
won?
3. I need someone else to send me one more. We got one more map to give away. But Cliff, your trivia question to win this complete set of exclusive War of the Rohirrim pins. He's having a hard time, so maybe he'll come up with it.
I've got it. I'm not having a hard time. But the thing is that last week I had a really excellent, trivia thing, but it had to do with Theoden, and that's hundreds of years after the events of the story.
He's dead.
So Theoden dies in the War of the Ring, but this is a story way before the War of the Ring. So I wanted to ask something about an earlier. Okay, here we go. Here's the trivia question for this full set of 3 pins. Okay. Please, and this isn't an easy one, name the character who is Hera's cousin who becomes the king of Rohan after the death of Helm Hammerhand. That's the trivia question.
Is
Hera's
he even in the movie?
cousin. Of course he is. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't you remember? He has a very important scene. He has several important scenes. And he becomes the new. We talked about this about 2 weeks ago and mentioned this character by name. But that is the trivia question. Hera's cousin, who becomes the new king of Rohan, making a new line, making the second line of kings. And this character's name is in the movie. It's in the appendices in the book.
The second line of kings that leads to Theoden.
That leads to Theoden, yes. What is the name of the character?
It's the first of
who
his
becomes
line.
Who becomes the king of Rohan, of the second line of kings of Rohan, after the death of Helm Hammerhand. Okay, everyone in the chat is going, oh, gee, I know this. Oh, Last Wind, you do know this.
So the first of his line. Is that what you're saying? The first of Theoden's line.
The first of the second line of kings of Rohan.
But first of Theoden's line.
Yes, if that's accurate to put it that way. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Name the character who is Hera's
I don't know
cousin.
the answer, Cliff. Can you text me the answer yourself? Because I'm getting a few different responses on the hotline, guys. You guys are coming in hot.
Really? Okay, Justin. Let me text you. Here we go.
I think I know.
There it is. That's the answer. I just sent it to you in the text.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
That's
people
right.
Are and you know what? For people that are watching after,
and I thought this was a harder question than the usual type of easy giveaways. You know,
it is.
Okay.
So a few people have sent it in correctly. We're not going to announce we're not going to announce it because if you're watching this show tomorrow, you should have some fun with it. So there you go.
Iravandi says, according to my phone, the last time I texted the hotline was 2022. Oh, Iravandi, you're really taking us back in time.
All right, you know,
way back.
A bunch of people
fun.
are sending me the right answer. Cliff, how strict should we be? Do you have to spell his name correctly?
Yeah, you have to. You don't have to put the correct accents on it.
Yeah,
some of us do, some of us don't. But you do need to spell the name with or without the accents.
Tolkien would demand correct spelling.
Okay. Well, if you want to be that way about it, only people who put the correct accent marks on the vowels will be the winners. And I will provide that to Justin right. Do you want to do it that way or just let it be?
You know what? Yes.
Let it be.
What? Yes. The first person to correctly, with accents, spell the character's name, the first king of the line of Theoden, the successor to Helm Hammerhand,
yes,
will win the 3-pack. Everybody else that spells his name correctly, almost correctly, I will send. I'll just send one pin. You get one pin. But the first person to have the accents correctly on the character's name wins the 3-pack. Everybody else just gets one.
Well, and how about...
And we got our third poster winner.
Okay. That means if you put the accents on, you're going to get all three, the complete set. If you don't, then it's just going to be...
I love you guys. You are
so awesome.
The first person that got it gets all three. So we have a winner. I will text to all of you guys after the show.
Hilarious.
This is so wonderful. So we've got posters to give. The first 3 posters have been won, and the correct answer, Cliff, what is just east of Fangel Forest?
I believe it's the Misty Mountains.
Clifford.
The Wold? Oh, the Wold is west. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's west. To the east is the Wold. Yeah, I knew that.
That's right. So that's
I was thinking west.
Posters, but Cliff, I have 20 posters to give away. So you got Cliff. You come up with another good question for the next poster.
Another good trivia question.
The first 3 posters have been made, but we'll do that later in the show. We've got so much to cover. Right now, Jason DeMarco, the executive producer, and Joseph Chow, the executive producer of War of the Rohirrim. Now, I love this guy, Jason DeMarco. He showed up to our panel at San Diego. He is the executive producer and co-creator of Adult Swim, and he created the Toonami block on Saturday Night Anime.
Yep, he sure did.
Here in the States. He is probably one of the most important people in American television when it comes to anime. He's been at it for over 20 years, and when Warner Brothers said, let's make a Lord of the Rings anime, they actually called the right guy, because he is that guy. He is one of the preeminent producers of anime in America. And
that is so cool.
Let me bring up this post that he posted today. Here we go. Last night I met and was interviewed by Kate Blanchett. I was able to tell her how much I love Tar with an accent. She was very nice. Tonight I will be at the world premiere of my Lord of the Rings film with my loved ones and close personal collaborators. My cup is full, and I am so grateful for this life. And here is a picture from that Q&A last night, where Kate Blanchett was the moderator. This movie
cool is
so stacked with talent that they had Kate Blanchett moderate. Stacked with talent.
Oh, how cool is that? Man, that is so cool.
She came with questions prepared. Cliff, can you imagine being interviewed by Kate?
Oh, that would be mind-blowing. That would be the coolest thing ever, to see Kate on stage next to me. I would just crumble and die. And oh my God, how could I? The pressure of Kate Blanchett asking you questions, that's out of this world. That would be the coolest thing ever. It'd be really
out of this world. And Cliff, I remember some interviews that Kate Blanchett did around the Hobbit years, where she said she regretted treating Lord of the Rings like a job, and she didn't really partake in the family building, in the friendship building, back in the year 2000. Like she regretted that everybody else on the cast got tattoos together, and everybody else on the cast became lifelong friends, lifelong collaborators, professionally and personally. And she came back for The Hobbit partly because she wanted to recapture that. This moment,
and have more fun. And she wanted to have more fun with it, right?
She wanted to have more fun with it. And she wanted to have more fun with it because everybody else had lifelong memories. This moment, Cliff, can we read anything into this moment where Kate Blanchett offered to moderate a panel discussion about War of the Rohirrim? Is this Kate Blanchett making an extra effort to come back into the family?
She could come back, of course, but maybe this is not required. Maybe she never really needed to make hardcore effort to come back and be in the family mix, but it certainly is, increasing her visibility in a striking way, as if anybody could increase Kate Blanchett's visibility any more than she already is. But in this regard, it looks like she wants to be very much in the recipe mix with everything that's going on, because they're back at it. They're back in Middle Earth making feature films, and we haven't had a feature film since the third Hobbit film, and that was 10, 11, 12 years ago.
And let me bring up Jason DeMarco's tweet again. I mean, you see these pictures of Kate Blanchett moderating a panel for the movie. Imagine, Cliff, can you imagine being the producer of this anime? And look what he starts off with. He says, "Last night I met and was interviewed by the amazing Kate Blanchett."
Yeah. You see, if I interviewed Mr. DeMarco, he would never tweet anything like that. Yesterday, I met and was interviewed by the ridiculous Clifford Broadway. What an absurd man. He is. That's probably what Jason would say. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. But wow, I mean, wow. Oh boy, I
Yes,
wonder.
incredible.
I wonder.
Look at this tweet,
Oh,
folks. Emily in Rivendell, Soft Kitty 98 says, "Crying, screaming, framing. Peter Jackson is my holy grail of autographs." And the poster I just announced that
yes,
we're giving away.
She got it signed.
She got it signed.
Good for her.
Cliff, is Peter Jackson a hard autograph to get?
Yeah, I would imagine so. But then again, mostly I would say Cate Blanchett. I'm the guy who has an autographed edition of The Lord of the Rings. Everybody's signature is in it except Kate. So, I mean, that would really say Kate's harder to get than Peter Jackson. But she looks lovely. I'm sure that there must be some recording somewhere of that interview that she did on stage with them.
She
is just so awesome.
Stunning.
This is very exciting.
She hasn't aged a day. She is a ring bearer.
During the seventh says, we need her for more White Council meetings. Yes, we do. Absolutely, Durin. We need her to say, council time. Let's all get back together. And while you're hunting for Gollum, we're going to meet again as the White Council. But wait, Hugo Weaving says he does not want to come back. So let's take one little bit of a digression. I really want to talk about War of the Rohirrim, but let's digress for one quick moment of fan casting. Ladies and gentlemen, it might be time to fan cast. Let's talk about it now. Who would be the ultimate replacement for Hugo Weaving to come back into the Warner Brothers New Line Cinema version of Middle-earth? Okay? Who's it going to be? Because if Kate wants to come back and Ian McKellen wants to come back and Hugo says he does not, then who's going to be Elrond in his place? Lots of questions. Hey, is that not Philippa? That's Philippa Boyens sitting there very comfortably.
Yeah, Warner Brothers tweeted
That's
this
Philippa
out over the
stage.
weekend. Philippa Boyen sat down with Oxford University students for a Q&A hosted by the Oxford Tolkien Network to discuss the movie. Philippa Boyens giving a talk to students at Oxford. That's feels so cool. Just right. I wonder why McPain never did that. But this is just wonderful.
I don't know, but that was the first time I met Philippa in person. It was when I went to Oxenmoot as a guest myself. And I got there in England. I got to meet her on a lovely, lovely spring day. It was really fantastic.
Cliff, the question I have for you is, if Cate Blanchett comes back as Galadriel, is there room in the marketplace to have two Galadriels at the same time? Of course, Morfydd Clark is playing Galadriel in the TV show.
Yep, there's room. There's plenty of room because these two things are very, very, very different things. The movies that New Line Cinema is about to continue making and what Prime Video has been making, they're apples and oranges. They're their own unique creative commodities with their own unique creative approaches. Of course there's room. Of course there's room.
Well, speaking of room, look at what happened today. Chris Gallardo from Popternative says that he interviewed Morfydd Clark and Charlie Vickers today. And he says, Rings of Power fans, your biggest and most important questions about Galadriel and Sauron were answered. Coming soon in the very near future. Yes, multiple people were part of a press day for Rings of Power today on the day of the unrelated War of the Rohirrim premiere. So we're getting double dose of Galadriel this week, and today was really exciting. I hope the questions were asked. I wonder if they will confirm Haladriel for the first time. That would be really fun.
That's funny. All right. To answer your questions in the chat, Otaku Senpai had asked a little while ago if there was a complete listing of all cast who are participating in the War of the Rohirrim. Did they?
Yeah, it's on IMDb. You got Billy Boyd, you got Dominic Monaghan, you got Brian Cox, Gaia Wise, who is Emma Thomas's daughter. You just have wonderful, and you see some of them there signing. That's Gaia right there. That's Hera herself signing autographs. Man, look, the flames on the red carpet in Leicester Square. This just feels good, Cliff. This feels like we're fully back.
It sure does. It looks fabulous. Look at that shot. That really, really looks very cool. Another
Look at all
question.
The cosplayers there. You got a dwarf, a hobbit, an elf.
Oh, the cosplayers are in force. That is perfect. Oh, I love that Legolas wig. That's a really good wig for Leggy. And here is a very important offering. And Eravandi, you're awesome for suggesting this. How about Will Poulter? You know, the Will Poulter that we had speculated for years and years and years
who was
would be in Rings of Power.
Cast in Rings of Power. He was signed. He signed the contract for Rings of Power and then left
to go work for Marvel.
To go work for Marvel.
On Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Correct.
Should we turn on the volume for Billy and Dom here?
Yes. Let's turn on the volume.
Middle Earth.
Well, I feel like we never left. We've always been here.
Yeah.
We're now in Middle Earth. Yeah. Very excited to see the film.
Yeah, I just love it to be here. Billy and I said we always feel like we're walking on a red carpet at all times.
Oh.
So this is just normal life.
Normal life for you. Okay. Did you guys ever expect to be back here? Did you expect to be back in Middle Earth? I mean, I know you say you're here all the time, but did it feel like it was always going to happen again?
I think Tolkien wrote such a wonderful universe that it's not just that one story, you know, the destruction of the ring. There's so many other stories, and I think Tolkien himself said he left it for other artists to kind of, you know, to play in that universe that he built. So, yeah, I always thought there'd be more Lord of the Rings movies, but it just seems strange it's been so long.
Yeah.
Like Billy said, such a strong mythology. I was dazzled by your shoes.
Oh, thank you.
Like Al Capone from the bottom.
I'm nicer than him, I think.
Yeah, you look great.
And he pays his taxes.
Good for you.
I do. We've been asking people this one question. I want to get you guys' opinion on it. Middle Earth has been a part of our lives for a very long time. How has it become so resonant globally? How does it stay alive in our lives for so long? Why is it so strong?
I think it's a very classic story. You know, I think Tolkien said there's only a very finite amount of stories that you can tell. And Tolkien, being a master film storyteller, he kind of went straight down that classic route of a hero that can't quite complete the mission without bringing facets of their personality that they don't have. You find that story everywhere, you know. So I think when you're reading, you know, a lot of other stories, it has this resonance of the classic kind of story, which Tolkien, maybe more than anyone else, made the most easy to digest. You know?
Yeah. Well said. Or anything to that?
Yeah, I think that's completely right. I totally agree.
Thank you.
And I think he, like all great artists, wasn't writing to be on a, you know, New York Times best-selling list or an opening weekend at a movie. He was making something that he thought was important about the human condition. Why do we tell stories? We try to understand what it is to be a human. And he did it in such a beautiful, wonderful way that it's connected to people all over the world, you know, from Japan to New Zealand to, you know, everywhere. People understand that Tolkien has made this beautiful universe that we can now look at these stories, you know.
And also, just to carry on with what Billy said, that was incredible. But Tolkien actually was telling stories to his kids. That's where The Hobbit came from, that he wanted a story to tell to his kids when they were going to sleep at night. And I love the fact that this whole world was created by a father wanting to lull his children to sleep at night. Do you know what I mean? That it came from something so beautiful like that. That's great.
Well, we could talk for hours. Sadly, we cannot. However, thank you so much for being here. We hope you both.
Cliff,
how about that?
I really hadn't considered that these stories all start from a very familial, paternal instinct, don't they?
I like that. I like that their instincts are in alignment with building a family. Their instincts are in alignment with building a family. When you put it like that.
Is that what makes this special? Is there something about a family and a paternal? Now that I'm thinking about it in context, I mean, everything in the Lord of the Rings, original Lord of the Rings, I mean, is about a father's relationship with his family, whether it's Theoden, whether
that's
Bilbo
an uncle.
to Frodo.
Theoden being an uncle.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's a fatherly figure. Bilbo was basically Frodo's father. Theoden was
he adopted him because
Eowyn's,
his parents died.
Yes.
Actually,
father figures
right.
all over the place. That's what I'm saying.
I take your point.
Yeah.
Totally take your point. I get that.
So is the fatherly connection the secret weapon to making anything actually feel like Tolkien? Because there's a lot of that in this movie. You have Helm and Hera, Helm and his two sons. You have the king and his son that was trying to make a move on Hera. It's all father-son, father-daughter, relationships. Is that the secret weapon? And how do you work in? Now I'm thinking, how do you work in a fatherly plot in The Hunt for Gollum?
Well, in many ways, the task of being a mentor and the theme of mentorship comes up in The Lord of the Rings in many ways. And there are that it's become part of the classic trope of fantasy storytelling, that there might be some wise sorcerer or a wizard character who becomes a mentor. And we're talking, this is a big reach back to Hellenistic, Greek writing styles, where mentor was actually a character, the older man who taught lessons and wisdom to, I think it was Theseus, who was taught by mentor. But, mentorship, even in alignment with what you'd call family bonds, they happen in The Lord of the Rings in many ways outside of the family. Because Frodo, for example, loses his mother and his father in a boating accident, right? And Bilbo took pity on the poor boy and adopted him. Because, who wants to live life in foster care in the Shire, even in the Shire, right? So, it's really also true that Gandalf becomes a mentor to Frodo in many ways, the way that Gandalf was a mentor to Bilbo. He is that character. He fills that bill. I don't see Theoden as a mentor to Eowyn, the Shield Maiden, but perhaps he was. Perhaps their relationship, did have that quality, and we would have seen more of it if the history of the War of the Ring was not written so specifically from the Hobbit's perspective, which, it is. I love the idea of mentorship being displayed through character relationships when they're outside the bound of a family unit. I think that's a great quality in Tolkien's writing, a great quality. So you want to look for that in The Hunt for Gollum? As you asked me just that, that doesn't, it doesn't easily come to mind. Well, maybe Gandalf will mentor young Aragorn in some ways, but that young man has been mentored by Elrond and the elves of Rivendell for all of his life. And that is a great, great, thing towards the development of young Aragorn. That's part of who he really is. And that's part of what makes him such an excellent ranger and an even better king, is because he was raised by the elves. Um, there is some stuff in the extended edition of Fellowship where we get a sense that Boromir was a bit resentful of the fact that Aragorn had such friendship with the elves. So that's interesting, isn't it? So I wonder
There's
what in the hunt for
hate.
Gollum could be that parenting type of energy.
But and maybe
know.
I'm off base. Maybe not everything Lord of the Rings needs to have a parent-child relationship. But it does.
But
it does
it's
found
there.
based on
there.
a bunch of the interviews that Philippa Boyens and Peter Jackson have been doing around this movie this week. It is clear that they're not very interested in doing a big bombastic war movie anymore. I think, Cliff, there's so many big epic battles in the Third Age that a lot of fans want to see. And they're doing a lot of work saying that they're not really interested in doing big battle movies. They want to find the character stories in between those big battles.
It might be that Peter Jackson overdid it. Don't come at me in my mentions on Twitter, but excuse me, the Battle of the Five Armies got re-edited into an R-rated cluster of big battle, and the big battle got taken to the ultimate extreme in terms of big battle scenes. And maybe it's safe to say that Peter overdid it. Maybe he just overdid it a little bit. But the hunt for Gollum as a storyline does not feature any big battles. It doesn't feature any big fights or battles. It doesn't.
It's a story of a boy and his toy, Gollum and his ring.
It's now they're going to have to work that out. They're going to have to work out a different approach to making a live action Lord of the Rings movie that isn't like, going to get hunkered down in a big third act explosion of battle scenes and stuff.
Oh, I should mention this. So, how did I get all these posters? Well, folks, look at this. I was up at San Francisco's Fan Expo this last weekend. Yeah, they had a full booth, of posters and pins. He said that they've been doing secret screenings in San Francisco and other cities. Everywhere they had a booth over the last 2 months. You wouldn't know about this because they didn't even tweet about any of these. They just been showing up to a bunch of conventions with free swag. It's crazy. We had people on our Discord and on our Instagram say that they didn't even know War of the Rohirrim was going to be at Fan Expo, and they ended up going on Sunday just to pick up the free posters and the free pins. And the guys working the booth there, or folks working the booth, said that they've been doing secret screenings everywhere they do a booth. And literally there's a QR code on the table there that puts you in a contest to enter to win to go see the movie that night.
Cool. That's so cool.
But they're not advertising it, Cliff. What's crazy is they were not advertising it on social. I didn't know that they were doing secret screenings for the last 2 months.
Really?
Until this. But also, you know who else I saw in San Francisco?
Who?
He was doing autographs and photo ops. The wonderful Andy Serkis was there. So I caught up with him before he jumped on a flight to London.
Oh, cool.
We chatted a little bit about upcoming things, and I cannot get into the stuff, but I can just tell you that after talking with Andy Serkis, we're in for a good time.
Are you really?
We are all in for a good time.
Oh, are we now? What did he say?
We are all in for a good time.
Tell me this. You did not tell me this.
There we go. There's Peter Jackson signing some autographs. Gosh, How wonderful. How magic. And we're so happy that a lot of you clicked on the link when we posted it on social. Cool. We tried to get the word out. Warner Brothers told us that they really wanted real fans there on the red carpet. And we did everything we could to make sure that anybody that wanted to go could go. And of course, there's a lot of fans in there, dude. Cliff, we've got other news to go. IGN posted on YouTube an 8-minute clip from the movie, a full 8 minutes,
an entire. Okay, now this reminds me of the Cannes Film Festival, where they're like, "Oh, let's just show the entire 13-minute Mines of Moria sequence." Oh, look at that! They're showing that entire clip.
Do you know what part of the movie this is?
That's it looks like there's that big battle tower that we see in the trailer. Oh, that's always falling down.
It looks like
no.
What happened here? Speak!
He killed them all. I saw. He tore them apart with his bare hands.
Who did?
Helm Hammerhand. He's no living man. It's not natural, the thing I saw. He's coming for us all.
Why does that sound so much like Dominic Monaghan's voice?
It might have been. Is this the scene
so
of
cool.
Helm Hammerhand going nuts?
That's a scene of Helm Hammerhand going like otherworldly crazy and killing people in the snow. That's brutal.
That is deep into the movie. That is not the first 8 minutes. That is deep in the movie there. Anyway, we're not here to
people in the chat are like Craven the Hunter just released the first 8 minutes too. That's not true, is it?
Yeah,
is it?
Craven did that this weekend. But I'm telling you guys, this is not the first 8 minutes. This is 8 minutes deep in the movie.
Okay.
Helm's deep in the movie.
All right, people in the chat are like muting and closing out. Okay, we are not.
We're done.
Showing...
Yeah. We're done showing that. We're done showing that. What else? What else was released today? Oh, Cliff.
Wow.
Happy Hobbit Kelly interviewed Paris Paloma about the soundtrack to War of the Rohirrim.
How fabulous!
You can go to youtube.com/theoneringnnet, the same channel that you're watching this live stream on.
That is so cool.
And watch the full 23-minute interview with Paris Paloma and Happy Hobbit in conversation. And they
delightful.
Kelly's full-on fangirl. Full-on fangirling. Talking to Paris Paloma about this song. So we just posted that this morning on our YouTube, so that's something to check out. What else?
And tomorrow morning, I actually have an exclusive interview with the director of the War of the Rohirrim. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I will be sitting down to have a conversation with Kenji Kamiyama, and I'm terribly, terribly excited about this endeavor. I'm going to be up bright and early with bacon and eggs and ready to go at an ungodly early hour, but that's part of being in the press and being available.
You know what? Let's put it to the chat room. Let's put it to the chat room, folks. Should we hold on to that Kenji interview until next Torn Tuesday, or would you like us to upload it to YouTube as soon as it's ready?
I was going to ask, should we immediately put it up as a separate? And we should, I think. My impression is
I want to hold it for Tuesday.
You want to hold it for Tuesday?
You want to put it up immediately.
Is to put it up immediately, which means you and I have to talk about, how I properly record through Zoom and make sure I can have it. So that I don't think that Warner Brothers is going to give it to us. And hey, you folks in the live chat who are with us right now.
So tell us in the chat.
If you have any questions,
would you mind waiting until Torn Tuesday so we can have something exclusive to show you next week? Or are you guys just insatiable and you want to hear Cliff do his best?
Monica is asking if this will be a video interview. Yes, it's not just an audio only. Mr. Kamiyama will have his interpreter, and I will be able to speak with him and see him in this very window. And I'm sure I should put up the background of War of the Rohirrim background just to, be like, that's cool. So yeah, we need a poll. Angel says we need a poll.
Everybody in the chat room is just saying ASAP. So
upload it, put it up, and we can digest it, and then we can discuss it next Tuesday.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, I like Vic San. Interesting take. Says Cliff, make it a Tuesday exclusive. Make them tune in. That's an interesting take.
One of the big complaints about Rings of Power was that there's been absolutely no merch for Rings of Power. Well, War of the Rohirrim from Warner Brothers, a separate studio, is doing the exact opposite. They're giving us so much merch. Check this out, Cliff. They are actually doing the first ever Lord of the Rings hair salon tie-in. Yes, in Japan, a popular hair salon chain is doing a marketing campaign with War of the Rohirrim. Cool. I can't read Japanese, but it looks like there's some prizes you can win. You can get tickets to the movie, and I wonder if you can get your hair dyed and styled like Hera. Because
I would love that.
I would actually do that if I had the hair.
That actually sounds so cool.
What else is coming out? Speaking of merch, here is a close-up of the 2-foot-long popcorn bucket available exclusively at Regal Cinemas. That's right, Regal Cinemas are the exclusive home for the Helm Hammer popcorn bucket. 2 feet long.
You mean I can't get that at AMC? I have to go to Regal to get that?
You have to go to Regal. You have to go to Regal to get it. You can also get the Snow Globe Collector's Cup, where Helm Hammerhand makes his last stand in the snow at the foot of Helm's Deep. The Snow Globe Collector's Cup. I want to fill that with a blue icy and drink and get a brain freeze while watching War of the Rohirrim in theaters next week. I'm definitely going to get a blue icy when I watch Rohirrim. That is exclusively at Regal Cinemas. Also, brand new.
My goodness.
You will be able to purchase a hooded blanket with the Shield Maiden of Rohan insignia. Look at that hooded blanket. Doesn't that look cozy?
That kind of looks super cool to me. I love that. I really like that. I want that. Where can I get that? At Regal?
Regal exclusive.
All right, looks like I'm going to have to go see this movie at Regal, even though I have an AMC membership. But that hooded blanket, me and the cat are going to snuggle in that. That is a kitty cat snuggling objective. Mission updated. My mission has been updated.
All right, we have
I dig that.
A correction. So this is Regal exclusive. This Snow Globe Collector Cup for Ices is Regal exclusive, but this popcorn bucket is actually available at AMC as well. Look at this. The AMC is going to have the Hammer popcorn bucket, but the AMC exclusive is this giant drink stein.
Yeah, I want that too. Potentially hazardous popcorn bucket. Wait. It looks like they're showing that too. See that?
Yeah, AMC has both the Hammer and this cup. And Regal, Regal is also getting the Hammer, but they have the Snow Globe cup. So this is the AMC. You'll be able to get the Helm Hammer Hand popcorn bucket as well as Regal, but AMC's exclusive is this.
I'm so down. I want all of the above. I definitely want all of the above. Okay.
But we're not done, Cliff.
What? What? No, is there more? Oh gosh, show me. There's more. This is very exciting. Show me. Oh, Funko Pops and lots of them.
No, this
Oh,
is the popcorn bucket at other cinemas worldwide, including Cinemark.
it's metal. Is that metal?
Well, I think it's plastic with a gold trim.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In partnership with Golden Link and Snapco, the Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim inspired specialty cups and drink toppers featuring Hera and Helm, bringing an exciting new element. For extra comfort, the hooded blanket adds a cozy touch. Fans can also purchase additional collectible items such as popcorn container, plush figures, and these are some of the plush figures available at certain cinemas. So check for this Helm Hammerhand. Man, I kind of want to sleep with
Oh wow.
a cozy
All right, Garth,
Helm Hammerhand.
one of our staff members from the OneRing.net, Garth Mao, just sent this to me, and it is a metal, an entirely big metal popcorn tin, and I just sent it to you, Justin, so you can show it to the people at home. Boy, is that cool. That is so cool.
Oh, let's open this. Boom. Lord of the Rings Rohirrim 130-ounce popcorn tin.
How about that?
A
Look at that.
130-ounce popcorn tin.
That's so cool.
At that. Available at participating locations. I don't know. Wow, that looks incredible.
While supplies last. Wow, Cinemark.
Guys, so are you guys keeping...
Garth says that is at Cinemark. That particular tin, the popcorn tin, is from Cinemark.
Wow.
How about that? I like that. That's really cool. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much for the lovely addition to our conversation. Fabuloso.
Wait, so...
wow.
Let's do a quick count of popcorn buckets.
It's metal. Yeah, Katie's like, oh, it's so
this
shiny.
This is out of control, Cliff. Hold on a sec.
The reason why we're behaving this way is because Rings of Power has not had any merchandise for 2 bloody seasons. So now we're getting a tiny look at toys and Boba
Cliff,
tea.
Let's just talk.
You know, the bloody Boba tea
let's
episode.
Stay with the popcorn bucket. All right, let's do a head
crazy.
count. Here is number 1, the tin popcorn bucket with the shield. All right, count it. Number 1, tin popcorn bucket. Number 2, the gold popcorn bucket with the flags of Rohan. Number 3, the sigils of Rohan popcorn bucket with gold trim.
That's on the right-hand side. Yeah.
Number 4, the Helm Hammerhand 2-foot long popcorn bucket.
That is a must-have. Absolute must-have.
Which is also available at Regal. So, folks, we get no less than 4 popcorn buckets. Cliff, are you going to see this movie 4 times in theaters?
Yes. Sure, of course I will. I'm going to see it over and over and over again because some people are going to be like, oh, I really wanted to go and see that with you. And I'll be like, oh, that's okay. I'll go see it a 3rd time. I love to accommodate my friends who have scheduling problems. Clifford, I really wanted to go and see that Lord of the Rings movie with you, and I missed it. And I'll just say, that's okay. Whenever you're ready in the next 2 days, I'll go see it a 3rd, a 5th time. Do you know how many times I went back to the theater to see Miyazaki's Oscar-winning The Boy and the Heron? I went 6 times to the cinemas. 6 different times to see that movie, and I'm absolutely guaranteed to see this at the cinemas over and over and over and over again. Absolutely.
Where do we get the gold popcorn bucket? We have asked, and everybody's been kind of quiet. I guess it's at participating theaters. From what we understand is that all 4 of these popcorn buckets are available to most theaters, and it's up to the theater managers to order the popcorn buckets. So it feels like it's going to be random based on where you're at, which kind of sucks. I really want to know which theater I need to go to get some of these. I want to know in the chat, Which of the 4 popcorn buckets do you want most? Do you want the flags? Do you want the sigils there on the right? Do you want the tin armor? Or do you want the hammer hand, the hammer? Which popcorn bucket are you guys trying to look for? Because based on some of the chat comments, I think these gold tin ones might be the one.
I love that.
Katie says all of them. Well, I bet you they're going to be like 20 or 30 bucks. Like, am I prepared to spend like $100 on popcorn buckets? I don't even eat that much popcorn.
You know what? I don't either, but I will have to get at least one of these things. I'll have to. I just have to. I have to. And the one that's going to sell out faster than you can say knife, that hammer is going to be sold out. I swear to you, it'll be sold out.
You
so
think
fast.
you think that's the one? I think this Stein is going to be the one that's going to sell out. This Stein is an AMC exclusive. If you want to get the Stein, that's an AMC exclusive. The hooded blanket is a Regal exclusive, as far as we can tell.
Oh man, do we have any idea on the price point on that hooded blanket?
No additional details like price have been released.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. I really want this Stein most of all. That's my personal preference.
That is hilarious.
That is my personal preference. In other news, Jason DeMarco said, when we were concepting the process of our film back in 2019, we knew we needed a snow troll, but this was before Rings of Power came out. So we didn't know that they would have one. So we were just imagining what one might look like. So there you have 2 different snow trolls. The one on the left, of course, is War of the Rohirrim, who has an amazing scene. We're not going to spoil anything, but amazing scene. And secondly, on the right, of course, is the snow troll from the first episode of Rings of Power, who quickly met his fate at the hands of Galadriel and the blood splatter on the screen. Remember that, Cliff? That was
Yep.
fun. That's a fun new thing.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So much merch, so much posters, merch. Cliff, we got a couple more posters to give away. Did you think of another trivia question having to do with Rohan or the Rohirrim movie?
Yes, I have another trivia question. And let's just say, okay. What is the name of the, I think battlement is the right word. It might be edifice, the fortification. What is the name of the fortification that in the future will be called Helm's Deep? During the story of the War of the Rohirrim, during that time when Helm Hammerhand was alive, what was the name of the battle edifice?
The phone number is in the bottom left corner. You text the answer to the hotline. 530-64-FRODO. That's the phone number in the corner. Yes, that's really my phone number. The first couple people to answer get this amazing oversized map of Rohan. The question is, what is the original name of Helm's Deep? Before
What is the name of the
dies.
What is the name of the edifice or the battlement or the structure before it's called Helm's Deep? What did they call it?
I got something close to it, Cliff, but it's wrong.
I sent you the answer in the text.
I know.
Just now,
someone just texted me something close, but I think it's wrong. Another text came in. That is correct. That is correct. That is wrong.
I love
Wait,
it.
No.
Zap
Are you
says
wrong?
Helm's Shallows. It was called Helm's Shallows before it was called Helm's Deep. That's a funny one. Thank you for that joke. Zap Verasepa. That's very good.
You know what? There are competing answers for this, Cliff. We're gonna give away the answer right now because you and I need to have a discussion about this. Why are people tweeting me, or why are people texting me the name Soothburg? And are they correct?
Actually,
Suthberg.
I've heard it called that before.
That's not what you told me the answer is. Did the chat room outwit you this time? Who won, though? I'm going to text the first.
You know what? I've
people,
heard it called that before,
but not by you. It's a deep cut reference.
Well, it was built by the men of Gondor, by the way. It wasn't built by the Rohirrim. And it was built to guard the fords of Isen, along with Isengard. So, yeah, I've heard it called the Soothburg before.
Well, you're going to have to tell me what the answer is.
Let's take a look.
While he's looking that up, let's go to Brian Cox, live on the red carpet.
It's Brian Cox. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you.
Always a pleasure to see you. Can I say congratulations on this? What a really fascinating character to get your voice behind. How was that for you?
Well, my favorite media of all media is the radio. So I love radio acting, and I love being able to use the voice. The voice tells everything. So when you get a role like Helm, it's like giving whiskey to the proverbial.
Because we do get all corners of this character and all of his emotions. That must be just a joy to get the chance to play.
He's a real archetype, you know. He's got. I see him as a sort of. I kind of imagine him as a young King Lear before it all went bad, you know. So, except Lear had 3 daughters to deal with, and I think that one's enough.
Got all that in the one in this film.
Yeah.
Is that part of the preparation for you of when you get the script of thinking where you're coming at it in terms of...
I think in a sense, and this is one mustn't underestimate the writing in this script. It's very well written, you know. It's a really good script, and like a good script, it plays itself, you know. And that was a great thing for doing it, you know, that it just played itself. There was no effort in it at all. It was very releasing, actually, interesting. Yeah.
And the essence of that, the root of that coming from Tolkien's writing, obviously, as well. Yeah. And is that something that you've been a fan of?
No, not at all. No, I didn't know anything about Tolkien. I mean, in fact, I'm sort of grateful to Peter Jackson because he introduced me to Tolkien through the films. I didn't know the films at all. I didn't know the books at all. I didn't. It's something that must have passed me by in some way. But I've now become a huge fan of him.
And have you seen the film yet?
No.
You're in for such a treat. Well, the animation is just so beautiful and poetic as well.
Kenji's work is incredible. I mean, he's a star. I mean, he's the star for me, is the animation. Because he's taken something and made it so grand, you know, and brave, you know, which is really good. I mean, I could see that by all the stuff around us, you know.
Well, it's wonderful to have you be part of Middle-earth now as well. You're part of that whole family.
Yes.
And the fans, you know, they immediately just...
I know, I mean,
what's that been like for you?
There's so many of them, yeah. They're all great.
They're excited for you now to be part of it.
It's incredible, yeah. One feels one's become part of some kind of club, you know.
And they will welcome you with open arms, Brian. Thank you for being here and coming up and chatting, and congratulations.
Nice to talk to you, Dan.
It's great to chat to you. Wonderful Brian Cox, ladies and gentlemen.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Cheers.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow.
Brian
that is
Cox.
wonderful.
But Cliff,
Boy,
he said something really important there. He said the script is fantastic, and the script just does all the work. And again, we told you at the top of the show, the script was written by a couple kids under 30, a couple adults under 30. Now is your time, folks. If
Brian Cox, a veteran, a grand veteran of stage and screen,
a Shakespearean actor,
if he has the gumption to say the script is fantastic and the storytelling does all the heavy lifting, then that is a great credit to the young writers. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And yes, everybody in the chat is correct. The Rohirrim referred to the edification as Soothburg. It was called the Hornburg during the time of King Helm because of the sound of his horn. So the people who answered Soothburg are correct. It was the earlier name. And I was thinking the Hornburg was an earlier name. So in essence, both answers can be considered sort of correct, because I was just asking what was it called before it was called Helm's Deep. But the Rohirrim actually did refer to it as the Soothburg with the proper accent. And I just, want to let the people who
accent rules
if you're dialing in for the trivia, that has to be corrected.
The first three people that texted the right answer, Soothburg, with the accents, you have to include the correct accents.
Yes.
Will win this poster. So I'm going to make sure. I'm going to check.
That's hilarious, my dude. So hilarious.
These posters are wonderful. They're printed on a thick stock. They're textured. It's a textured paper. These are not cheap, glossy posters like you
that is
get
so
for
cool.
freebies. These are wonderful, wonderful posters. And of course pins. So I will be texting everybody that sent in the correct answers in order of the three questions that we asked. First three people every time got one, as long as you spelled it right, because Tolkien would demand nothing less than perfect spelling and perfect accentuation. Enunciation? What's the word for that? Perfect. Is there a word for accent? Ascension?
Yeah, diacriticals. They're called diacriticals.
There you go.
Perfect diacriticals over every vowel. But then again, look at how often people write the word Numenor and they never put the accents in. So look out for that.
Right.
I've been guilty of doing that a few times myself.
So the other thing. So we talked about all the popcorn buckets and the plushies that will be available at certain theaters. Folks, the book is out on the left. The official coloring book is out. The Art of Lord of the Rings is up for pre-order. That'll be out in February, I believe, from Daniel Falconer. Wonderful.
Yes.
The artwork looks stunning. You've got Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, mouse pad, gaming mats, and laptop sleeves from drop.com. Apparel is available at Hot Topic. There's a bunch of t-shirts that we've shown you before. These are look at this. Look at these cute little chibi characters from Monogram International. You got a snow troll at the bottom. Hera with a little smile on her face. I don't know about that. Why does every boy get to be all serious? Let me bring it up full screen. Cliff, why does every boy get to be all serious, but the girl has to have a smile on her face?
I don't know. I don't know.
Am I making too much out of nothing? Am I being an ally to too much of an extreme? But I do want that Mumakil, and I want that eagle. The eagle.
Those are like little rubber vinyl keychains.
Are they keychains? Yes, they're keychains. Good call. I kind of want that. I want a little. I want an eagle keychain and a Mumakil keychain. We
Mumakil
got
keychain looks
Bandai
cool.
Spirits figure arts line. You got has 10-inch figures. Oh wow, that looks great. Oh man, I know so many people that would this would fit right in with their existing anime posable figure collection. That looks fantastic. Of course, Games Workshop. We've covered the Games Workshop tabletop game with
Cool.
War of the Rohirrim expansion. And there's the mini action figures where you have to buy all 4 characters to assemble the Snow Troll. The Funko Pop. There's Wolf.
There's Funko Pops and there's a helm. That's cute.
Yeah, look, I think there were more Funko Pops. If I go to... Where did I see some Funko Pops? Let me see if I can bring it up.
Okay, these Funko Pops are just never going to stop. I wonder... It's like there's a never-ending wave of popularity for these Funko Pops. And
right. There is the Warhammer
look at that.
tabletop. Huge
Warhammer.
game. So many pieces.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That looks really neat. It reminds me suddenly of that old film footage of Grand Moff Tarkin painting his the actor painting his little Napoleon miniatures for his Napoleon battle game. That's really cool, isn't it?
Copy link. Check this out. These are also brand new Funko Pops. Elrond,
Yes,
Gandalf.
Otaku Senpai is correct. You do need to buy all separate 4 figurines, and you'll be able to assemble the Snow Troll from the bits and pieces from the 4 packages when you buy all 4. Are those new backgrounds for
these new Funko Pops dropped this week? Yes, that is Elrond from Battle of the 5 Armies with his sword. That is Gandalf at the gates of Moria. It glows in the dark. That is a Nazgul. Is that a Witch King? Oh my gosh, Jed Brophy's gonna freak out about that Nazgul. But folks, look
and then
at
there's
that.
in the green dress, in her wedding, not her wedding dress, but that would be her green coronation dress. Go back to the Liv Tyler Arwen. Look at that. That was the Liv Tyler that you didn't mention. It's the first, people get really excited about Liv Tyler in the green coronation dress. That's her in green coronation outfit. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
I think I figured out. I think I've just figured out my Christmas gift for all the women in my life.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. All the women in your life would want one of those. Totally cool.
But Cliff, what about this one? Eowyn with helmet.
Oh, that's actually badass. That's really badass. And she's got little eyelashes. Look closely, and you can still tell, even though she's wearing that helmet, and she's taking on the fake name of Durnhelm, right? But no, that's Eowyn, and you can still tell it's Eowyn because her eyelashes are so pretty. How about that?
Wow.
Yep. She's in Durnhelm disguise, but you can still tell.
Chat room, what are you more excited about? Eowyn or Arwen? Brand new Funko Pops drop this week.
Both.
Cliff, I'm getting a headache here thinking about how much money I'm gonna spend in the next week, because we've got 4 popcorn buckets, the Stein, got the Warhammer expansion. We've got 5 new Funko Pops, all of them awesome.
And Garfemau just made me aware that there's a contest that you can enter and I believe it's at Cinemark theaters. How about that?
There's
If you're at Cinemark, you can enter that contest. We can show people on the screen, Justin. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Let's see if I read. Someone pointed out this
Prize
Arwen
pack
has
sweepstakes.
Blush cheeks.
Yes,
Look
she's
at
very
that.
blushing.
She is blushing.
She
bride.
is a blushing bride. Well, bride to be.
You didn't send me a link. Where's the
No,
link?
I just sent you the picture.
Yeah,
because
let me see if I can find the link. Cinemark.
I do not have the link. I'm just sending you what Garfimouse sent me just now. How cool is that?
Well,
yeah, a blushing Arwen Funko Pop would be very popular. I imagine that would be very popular.
Not on their homepage. So, and the movie comes out next week. So I don't know what's up with that. Merchandise. Shop now.
It's really cool. It's cool they designed her in that
Cinemark has Gladiator, Wicked, Moana.
very popular lime green dress.
I don't see nothing listed yet. So anyway, next week, War of the Rohirrim comes out next Friday. Early screenings on Thursday. Tickets, as of right now, tickets are now on sale at most theaters nationwide. I wish I could tell you what
AMC
theaters
too.
Each of the popcorn buckets would be, but we don't know. All we know is that the big 2-foot hammer will be at Regal and AMC. That's the only thing we know for sure. I might go see it at an AMC just to get that big Stein.
I'm totally after that. I'm so after that. And what a week for other breaking news. Polygon has just published this book called Year of the Ring, and I'm in it. I'm one of the featured columnists who had been writing articles for the OneRing.net, and the people at Polygon, they went up to me and said, "Would you like to have your article included in this compendium, Year of the Ring?" It is published by Insight Editions, and guess who else is in it? Drew McWeeny is a featured art writer in this. Yes, he used to be Moriarty on Ain't It Cool News. Also, Molly Knox Ostertag, really wonderful friend of the OneRing.net. Molly Ostertag is also in this, wrote a beautiful essay, and she's been reproduced in print in Year of the Ring, and I'm in it too, and so is Tom Emanuel, who's been a wonderful contributor to Ox and Moot. A lot of other writers are featured in this book. Kenneth Lowe and Susanna Polo and Leon Miller. A lot of people from Polygon covering the entire production and how Weta created everything. And this is an unofficial look back at The Lord of the Rings. It is called Year of the Ring. I have this. Yes, Katie, if you get a copy of this book, I will sign it. Of course, I will sign it for you.
That's great.
It's really cool to have Molly and Drew and Tom, Emmanuel, and myself, and all these people that I know, compatriots in the world of Tolkien scholarship and Tolkien creators. And there we are. We've all been pulled together into this really beautiful hardcover book from Polygon. It is on sale for $45 US. Put it on your Christmas wish list,
from
kids.
Insight Editions. I don't know if it's on Amazon. It's on Insight Editions, not Insight Edition like the
INSIGHT. It's spelled the normal way. Insight Editions.
We are showing at the bottom of the screen. We are showing a game, a MOBA game, MOBA. I think it's multiplayer online battle arena. I think that's what MOBA stands for. Called Smite. This is Smite 2. If you've played League of Legends, it's kind of like a League of Legends type game where you squad up with a couple people and you defend the castle. Why are we showing you Smite 2, a game I've not heard of till right now? Because Smite 2 has done a Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim event in game. Begin
Really?
an epic
Oh,
journey
cool.
to Middle Earth and fight to protect Rohan with our newest collaboration. Both Smite and Smite 2 have partnered with Warner Brothers to bring some incredible cosmetics to the Battleground of the Gods. What are the treasures? In Smite 1, you can get a loading screen, a Helm Hammerhand avatar, Daughter of Rohan emote, and the Wolf jump stamp. But in Smite 2, the game we were just watching, you can get the Lord of the Rings card effects, Helm Hammerhand badge, Daughter of Rohan badge, and a Daughter of Rohan global emote. How does it work? To claim these rewards, you must ride into battle a total of 10 times in either game. Simply play the game 10 times, and you will receive all of these cosmetics. You have to complete the game. You can't just like log in and then log out. You have to complete 10 games in one or both of those games. Smite and Smite 2. So play 10 games over the next couple weeks of Smite, and you can get the full pack of extra stuff in Smite 2. That's great.
How about them apples? That's pretty cool.
Great. We got so
That's
much.
actually really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had no idea this would be coming down the pipe. They would do a.
So we got physical board games. We got online games.
Is it a skin? Is that what you call this?
Skins.
Yeah.
We got free merch at all these conventions. There's been secret screenings for the last month. The premiere was this week. Some Green Dragon gossip, Cliff.
Oh, we must have some Green Dragon gossip.
All right, before
please.
I let you go, some
yes,
Green
please,
Dragon
and thank
gossip.
You. Yes.
Here's the official word. Officially, tonight was the big premiere in London of War of the Rohirrim. In 2 weeks' time will be the big Japanese premiere of War of the Rohirrim, completely dubbed in Japanese.
Yeah.
There's nothing currently scheduled for next week. There's no event currently scheduled for next week. But the Green Dragon gossip is, Cliff.
Was that Tron? Was that the Wendy Carlos soundtrack of Tron that you just did? It sounded like Tron.
Heard from a friend of a friend that works in the biz here in LA that was tasked over the holiday weekend to design a theater takeover for War of the Rohirrim. Not for all theaters, for one theater. What would a theater takeover look like in possibly a premiere event?
Sounds cool.
How do you build a life-size Mumakil out of cardboard?
Okay.
Did you see what Gladiator did at the Chinese theater?
Yeah, and it's still up there at the Chinese theater. It's insane.
Right.
It's insane. They turned it into a bloody Colosseum.
They built the Colosseum at the Chinese theater. So a friend of a friend has someone in the biz that was tasked with designing a theater takeover for War of the Rohirrim. That's all we know. The Green Dragon gossip is this might or might not be happening. But as of we speak, next week is a blank week of Rohirrim activation. There isn't currently anything scheduled, but there are creative people working on a secret project for next week.
I would be thrilled. If this rumor turns out to be true, do you imagine? I mean, look, I love the original facade and the sculptures and the painting and the delicate, ornate details of the Chinese theater. There's no other facade anywhere in the world quite like that theater. And I hate to see it covered up by, a giant Roman Colosseum or a giant Beetlejuice thing or whatever they did a few weeks ago.
If there's a red carpet next week, Cliff, what would you wear to the red carpet of Rohirrim?
My Bilbo's dressing gown, Bilbo's checkerboard. The patchwork, it's not checkerboard, but it's all different patchwork patches of fabrics, and that would be Bilbo's bathrobe. I'd go to the movie premiere wearing a bloody bathrobe and some fake hobbit feet. That would be hilarious. Maybe I should get more creative and think of something else. But I'm very excited by that, actually. The whole idea is awesome. But whoo, where these rumors, I don't know. We don't know whether that will come true or not, but that's fascinating.
I have to bring this up. Cliff, look at what executive producer Philippa Boyens wore to the premiere. Look at that crushed velvet green jacket.
It's perfect. I wish I had something like that.
Cliff, come on. Step up your game.
I should get some crushed green velvet.
Look at that. That looks stunning. The way the light hits the collar. That is special. Oh, man. Philippa Boyens, you have got style. Oh, it's a pantsuit. Forget it. We're done here. Torn Tuesday. It is premiere night in London. Everyone is nursing a great party evening, I'm sure. If you go to the YouTube, the One Rings YouTube, we have new videos uploading from Kirsten, from Green Dragon, from Happy Hobbit, from Ashley, from so many people. In fact, I believe Maggie Park from Rings and Realms will be
Maggie Park. She's
will
fabulous.
be covering the premiere red carpet interviews for theonering.net. We will have so much content in the coming days. And according to our informal poll here during the show, as soon as Cliff is done talking with director Kenji Kamiyama, we're going to upload it to YouTube. So keep an eye, hit that subscribe button on YouTube because we've got so many videos going up this week. You want to make sure that you got your notifications on, so every time we upload a video, you get that notification. Our YouTube is going to be hot this week with so much great content for a movie that is actually really great.
It's a really exciting time right now. I'm terribly excited. I'm all for this. I love it when there's big premiere excitement and things like this coming out. If you're in the chat, we love Maggie. Maggie is fabulous, and her contribution for us at theonering.net is just, I'm so grateful. Endless gratitude for Maggie Park helping us with this. You guys in the chat, Otaku Senpai, looking at you, or anybody else, if you have a question that you think might be cool for Mr. Kenji Kamiyama, toss it to us right now. Send it to me in the chat right now before we close the show, because it is time to get going. We've had a delightful 90-minute program with everyone. It is so cool to have folks here from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and the Discord is fabulous and wonderful. Join us there for more conversations and a really, really palpable, very tantalizing building energy of excitement as we get closer to the worldwide release of a new Lord of the Rings motion picture. Do you guys get that? We are back in theaters, kids. We're really doing this. We're back in theaters for a Lord of the Rings movie.
In our Discord right now, I just got a DM from Hood815 in our Discord, says, just got back from the premiere. It is currently 2 in the morning. It is 2 in the morning in London. Just got back from the premiere. It was an amazing experience. Got my book signed, and the film was really good.
Oh, cool. Just got my poster signed and the film is really good. That's very nice to hear. Okay. Yeah, you guys, Katie, if you have a question that you think of in the next hour, my email is really easy. It's quickbeam@theonering.net. So you can just email me, quickbeam@theonering.net. I'm not very good about responding to Messenger on Facebook, so don't bother messaging me on Facebook. But, drop your question here in the chat if you can. This is so exciting. The premiere is exiting. The people in London are actually leaving the theater now after having their first experience watching the new Lord of the Rings motion picture coming to all of your theaters around the world. I'm like I'm really tripping on this. This is going to be so exciting. Justin, pull that footage up, that wide shot of that. Pull up that wide shot. It's so good. Show everybody. You don't need to see my ugly mug. You don't need to see me. You need to see that carpet arrival. Is that Paris Paloma? Oh my gosh, these people. I mean, yeah. I think that we're ready for this moment in time. You folks have been with us as a community and as an audience. You've been with us, and we've been talking about this movie for years now. Years. We've been just buzzing and buzzing and buzzing about this, and now it's really going to happen. So, everybody, get your pointy ears, get your latex pointy ears, and get your furry hobbit feet. You know, the slippers you pull on. Let's go. We're going to go to the movie theaters. It's going to be so exciting. Follow us on our socials for more news and more details as they develop. We will be making announcements if we hear of something that you could access. If there's an East Coast or a West Coast premiere, any event, we'll let you know about it. We're on theonering.net. Take out the dot, and you'll find us at theonering.net on all socials. Me, I am QuickBean2000 on Instagram and on Twitter. Super exciting. Look at Peter Jackson signing. He's just so happy to be a regular guy going to see a regular movie that he didn't have to slave and toil over for years and years. That I feel so good about Peter Jackson getting a relaxing break and getting to go and be a fan. Just to be a fan and be at the movie theater. So excited for him. And I'm so jealous of all those people in London who got to go there. Jealousy. It's a crazy thing. Lots of love, guys. Have a great week. Take good care of yourselves. You know where we're going to be. We're going to be right here, back on the clock at 5 p.m. Pacific time next Tuesday for another episode of Torn Tuesday. But also, hit like and subscribe. It's not like we ever say these words, but subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like on all these videos, because Kelly has her interview with the singer from the War of the Rohirrim, Paris, and Green Dragon, Kirsten. She's got some great interviews that she just posted up. So you can find that content on our YouTube. Please follow us and subscribe and like. This is super exciting. I'm gonna stop being a fanboy, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll never ever stop. Maybe that's a promise I can make to you guys now. A promise I'll make to myself. I'm never gonna stop being a fanboy for J.R.R. Tolkien. I just can't help it. But you're the best. You guys are a faithful audience, wonderful community of friends. We're going to be seeing you very soon. Next week on Torn Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Until then, good night.
Cliff, before we go.
And good luck. Oh, it's not time yet for the sign-off. What's next?
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Have you done your homework? Can you say something in Japanese to the Japanese director Kenji Kamiyama out of respect?
Only please and thank you. I don't know any Japanese.
Go ahead.
Outside of please and thank you. Arigato. That's it. Arigato. Mr. Kamiyama, arigato. Thank you. Why are you laughing at me, Justin? You're so crazy. You are so crazy. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for being with us. We're going to show the interview with Kenji Kamiyama on our YouTube channel. Look for announcements on our socials. Boom. This is all for you guys, all for the community. Thanks for being with us again at theonering.net. And as we like to say at the closing of every show, good night and good luck. Or better yet, buenos noches y buena suerte. Bye, everybody. Arigato.